Hey everyone, I'm Jeff Teague, salesperson with Fred Anderson Toyota in Raleigh, North Carolina, your source for everything Toyota. Today I'm going to take this bad boy here, this 2019 RAV4 Adventure, out for a spin. We're going to see how it accelerates, how it does on curves, in the city, on the highway. Let's test it all, the whole spectrum, the whole 9 yards. Let's go! Let's start our drive on a backcountry road here. There'll be lots of curvy roads, lots of twists, lots of turns. My impressions right now going about 45 is it drives very smooth. Turn here onto world famous Ebenezer Church Road. You'll see why I call it that. Let's accelerate, see if you can hear any road noise. That's my lane departure alert. You definitely hear the 4-cylinder accelerating up to your top speed, but at the cruising speed it's very quiet. But when you accelerate, you do hear the engine. Okay, so this begins the series of curvy roads here, and this is a wonderful time to talk about the rear multi-link suspension. What makes this so cool is it drives nice and smooth while you're on straightaways, but then when you're on curves it tightens up. Very firm, very sharp, responsive handling. Hello, Florida driver in front of me. Yeah, this is very sharp. That is such smooth handling. Very responsive wheel. Yeah, that's impressive. It's so smooth, it doesn't feel like you're laboring or making an extended extra effort to get around those turns. It handles it like it was meant to. We're going to go up into the subdivision here. This is a great place to check the acceleration when you're going up a hill. Say we're driving in the mountains or something like this. I'm going to give it full blast here. You'll hear the car accelerate. 203 horsepower, baby. So again, you definitely hear the motor revving as you accelerate, but it had no difficulties, no labors at all getting up that hill. I feel very comfortable that it would do just fine going up a mountain hill, like if you're vacationing, skiing, or in the summertime in the mountains. Toyotas are always known for having a really tight turning radius. Let's see how this one does. Turn it really tight. Very impressive. That always tells me when you have a car that has a tight turning circle, it's really easy to maneuver if you've got a tight parking spot to get into, or if you have to do a U-turn, or if Boss Hogg and Roscoe P. Coltrane are chasing you down in Hazard County, you can get away. Let's go around some subdivision turns here. Handles it really nice. We've got a nice steep hill coming up here. See how it accelerates. What a beautiful subdivision. I'm sure they love me testing out a car here. Not a problem getting up that hill in the least. And the neat thing with this being an all-wheel drive, if that road was icy or snowy or just wet from heavy rains, I don't think it would have any problem at all getting up that obstacle. Now the Adventure is an all-wheel drive. There's no choice for front-wheel drive. So it does have multi-terrain select, so you can indicate whether you want normal driving or whether you want mud and sand or whether you want rock and dirt. And this is what it looks like on your display, is rock and dirt, and I'll show you the mud and sand. There's the mud and sand, and this is normal. Let's test out the rock and dirt. So, testing out rock and dirt, we move it over to the side. It's on rock and dirt there. And then I like this right over here. Let's see how it does on this type of obstacle. Last year's model of RAV4, not a chance it would do this. It's handling it just fine. Not one problem in the least. Now I'm going to show you another angle while we're going up these rocks and dirt. The all-wheel drive, it sends power to the wheels that need it most. It can send up to 50% of power to the rear. And then as you can see, it applies extra pressure where needed. Yeah, last year's RAV4 could have never done that. And then it's putting extra pressure to the wheels that need it most to go through the obstacle, like beach sand or snow or ice or mud, rock and gravel, that type of thing. Yeah, see, I don't think this car would have any problem if I'm going 15, I'd hate to even say 20 miles above what the recommended speed limit is for a curve. I think it could handle it just fine. It really hugs those corners. Great visibility in the front, few blind spots, very few blind spots I should say, and the visibility in the back is good as well. I like that the car has standard blind spot monitors, and it's got the Toyota Safety Sense 2.0, so it adds things like road sign assist, lane tracing assist, which keeps you centered in your lane. Even if the lines aren't marked, if there's a car in front of you, the car is trained to follow the path of the car directly in front of you, so it follows that curve on its own. And then you get things like daytime bicycle detection and nighttime pedestrian detection. I mean, those are game changers. Those are huge safety improvements and advancements. Let me show you how the brake hold works here. If I'm stopped at a light, I can take my foot, see, here's my foot, off the brake while I'm waiting, and then when I put my foot on the accelerator, it goes again. That way, if you've got a foot cramp or you just need a break from having your foot on the pedal, you can do that at a nice long traffic light without having to worry that the car's going to lurch forward or whatever. And then if you keep the brake hold on for longer than 3 minutes, the electronic parking brake kicks in. Pretty cool technology. Check out the visibility on the side here. Blind spot monitor going off, indicating that there's a car there. What? There is a car there. What? Another one? Are you kidding me? The blind spot monitor has never been put to the test. See, I like this little cutout window here because it takes away a blind spot that could be there in a lot of cars. Very thin pillars, so you've got great visibility from the side and the front. Let's go to the highway. Now, this is a common situation here, getting onto an on-ramp. Let's see how easy it is to get up to top cruising speed. I'm purposely giving it extra gas. You will hear the engine noise, but listen to how it dies down when you get to your cruising speed. I'd like to show you how the full range radar cruise control works too. We have this set on the highway at 77, and as we get closer to the cars in front of us, we're going to see the speed adjust accordingly so that there's a safe distance between us and cars in front of us. It's backing us off a safe distance. See the speed going down in accordance. And then if I change the setting, and if there's no car in front of us, it's going to accelerate back to the speed that I have it set at. Just like that. One of the tests I like to do is I like to see how it holds its own on the road. The RAV4 is a very solid vehicle. If there's a semi beside us or other cars or wind whipping in between the trees on both sides of the highway, it holds its own. It doesn't feel like it gets pushed around. It holds its ground. You can always maintain control of the road. As I'm sitting here logging my windshield time, as I call it, I'm reflecting on my drive. It's very smooth at my top cruising speed. You can see here I've got the all-wheel drive indicator, so you can see it's just using front-wheel drive right now. That way it's not burning gas mileage when it doesn't need to. You can see my speed limit indicator says from the road sign assist that I'm going 70. It is outlined in orange to tell me that I'm going faster than that, just so I don't get a ticket, and also for safety. The road noise, I hear a little bit of road noise at the top speed, but it's not anything that I would be alarmed at. The one thing I do hear is I hear wind coming from the side. Of course, I picked a windy day to be doing this test drive, so you do hear the wind a little bit, but I do hear some wind noise. So that would be the only drawback that I would say from my test drive. Other than that, it handles wonderfully, very, very smooth at cruising speed, hugs corners very well, and on my very small off-road demonstration, it got through that dirt and mud and rock just fine. It didn't labor at all. You could feel that it was providing traction to the wheels that weren't slipping, and it didn't feel like it got stuck at all. I feel more comfortable than ever with that all-wheel drive system. I've already done a full review of the Walkaround of the RAV4 Adventure, but let me show you some bullet points here. 19-inch matte black and silver accented alloy rims. More pronounced over fenders here. You can see the turn signal indicators, the tall roof rack. This one has LED headlights, daytime running lights. It's got integrated fog lights. The ground clearance is 8.6 inches. What's remarkable to me about that is some 4Runners only have 9-inch ground clearance. That's just really half a foot away from the ground clearance of a 4Runner. The tall, sturdy stance, definitely sporty, SUV-like. Then we've got LED taillights, a 3,500-pound tow capacity, chrome dual tips. It's a thing of beauty, my friends. Just do a quick scan of the interior features. Everyone likes that. It's got the black and orange accented Softex material, standard rear air vents, 2 USB ports in the back as well as 3 in the front. So 5 total USB ports. Everyone wants the tech. Standard blind spot. Now this here, Softex material, orange accented seats, and also one thing that's different about the Adventure trim level is this is a grippy surface versus a smooth, slippery surface on the other trim levels. So see that? You can put your phone there. It's not going to roll around. Also that smart storage shelf. It's the raised Entune Audio Plus system. It's an 8-inch touchscreen, satellite radio, HD radio, Bluetooth, voice commands. Power driver seat. Now because this has the weather package on it, it's going to have things like heated steering wheel, rain sensing, wipers with de-icer. There's the heated steering wheel, and then it's also going to have heated and ventilated cooled seats, dual temperature controls. Now, I did want to point out that the moonroof is optional on the Adventure. It's standard on all of the other RAV4 trim levels, XLE and above, but it's optional on the Adventure. I do want to show the window sticker here. RAV4 Adventure standard all-wheel drive, blue flame with black interior, made in Canada. Safety rating's not out yet. Gas mileage as is. Standard equipment from the factory on the left. Optional equipment including that weather package there and a moonroof on the right. Optional equipment that was added at the regional assembly plant in Jacksonville, Florida. And then it has a retail price of $36,263. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section what you think, and I'll see you next time.